Well, time to get back to unlocking early modes here. Though we need to knock ourselves out. Not knock ourselves out. Damage ourselves. There we go. Critical health. And then pass, like, almost 300 times. Yeah, this episode's basically gonna be nothing but watching Oron, you know, just be like, pass. Pass again. Yes, I know, very boring. I'm sure someone could do a montage of this later or something. Because it showcases just how much busy work it really is to do this early. But some would argue, you know, doing this early on is very important because it makes it easier to go into overdrive modes. Or it gives you options for it. So you can build strategies around them. Make things go a bit smoother early. Like, feed tightest kills and stuff like that. Because you gotta do this at some point. And it's not like it gets better. If anything, it gets harder because later monsters will actually try and fight back. These ones will just stand here like idiots and let you do what you want, you know, for a while. And it's only doable because they give us so many Phoenix Downs early on that we can abuse this. So I suppose we could still do a couple, even if we didn't have the Phoenix Downs. It just lets us pick up a loner. Much easier. I don't know if we need to be alone really for Daredevil to get picked up, but you know, I'll stay alone while we're going for it. I mean, it saves me time pressing the button, if only a little. We're probably in for another, like, what, 5-10 minutes of doing nothing but hit the button. Because neither of us can do anything until I learn it. I'll probably revive Titus and go on the attack. I may want to heal up as well, because I think one of the groups coming up has access to like a spike group attack or something, so we're going to want to have the ability to revive. Handy, or, you know, survive it. But we can break that by picking off 2 of the forward enemies and then, you know, just being the ones that come in behind us. The next group to work towards getting, you know, Slayer and Warrior. So yes, we're going to be doing a lot of, you know, at least attacking then, but it's going to be in a way that doesn't help progress the story. And yes, I know this is a well-known trick. Especially nowadays with the internet. I mean, sometimes these tricks get forgotten about. That's why I have a video about grinding in Uzumaki Chronicles that has so many hits. Or show off the trick in Phantom Brave, or I'll spend time showing off a level grinding trick in Disgaea 2 with Red Waterfall. Though the PS2 version of Red Waterfall, as I've always mentioned, is way more dangerous because it lets you grab max level characters near the very start of the game, practically. Because you're only in, what, like the 3rd story area? So you're like in chapter 3 or 2 or something like that. And all of a sudden you can nab characters at max level. Like, it's insane. Admittedly, you know, they're not super good high-level characters because they haven't got their levels maxed, but they're more than enough to clear story mode easily. Because they get such massive buffs on their weapons that just, like, even their basic equipment quickly, you know, lets them start throwing out 100k hits on the things you'll be fighting. But when they did the remakes, they're like, no, we gotta make sure we cap this. You can only capture enemies, you know, at, like, at Dell's level or lower. Which was really disappointing to me, you know? Sort of like using Analyze in a digital Devil Socket and not actually showing anything useful in fighting bosses. I mean, I get it, but I really hate the fact they hinder your ability to plan by just not letting you see the data. So you basically gotta go and blind test things and figure out what does and doesn't work. Kind of defeats the whole point of even having access to an analyzed skill if it's only gonna work on certain enemies and not others. And I'm just trying to find stuff to talk about while passing time at this point. Obviously. But I can't think of too many other games right now that I have grinding tips for. Like the Uzumaki Chronicle ones involves abusing one of the weapons because it counts as like melee hits. So if you go through this one bridge where enemies infinitely spawn, you can spawn in like tens of thousands of points of experience and just nab them real fast. Certain characters can't do it on their own, so you gotta switch them out to do it, but... Or I should say switch them in. Because the experience orbs, you know, can be picked up by anyone. It doesn't matter who dropped them. Because they're not, like, color-specific to each character or something. Like, that would have been quite insane if that had been the route they went with. And I have been thinking about beating that again. Though I'll admit, you know, probably better if I had someone willing to play it with me, but I doubt I'm going to be able to convince my brother to spend time, you know, playing the game. And even if I did, like, we would probably not have access to, you know, both audio lines. Outside of, like, it's picked up by, like, this one mic on my headset. I don't think we've picked it up yet. And there's no way to really check right now. And I thought going back through the footage I already have. But I'm pretty sure he needs to stay at low health for like over 250 turns to get it. So there's just no way. Jeez. I wish there was some different guard animations. I mean, I get it. At least there's actual animation for this stuff, then unlike Well of Souls. So Well of Souls, you just have like an image before you hurt, but there's no switch into it. It's just like you go from like a normal image to, you know, a damaged image. Maybe practical, but very tedious. Like, you can't really do a sequence setup in Well of Souls. Though, to be fair, Well of Souls is like one of the first MMORPGs out there. So I guess I can't be surprised it's super limited. And no, I don't think me playing it's gonna revive it. Like, the game's so forgotten, most people don't even probably know what I'm even talking about. It's by synthetic reality. You can still find it online for free. I'm sure the developer will ask for money. There's some worlds other people make, because they also gave out an engine for making your own online worlds in that game. I never got good at it, though. I had thought about doing it one time, but I gave up. There's still some worlds I'd like to find, though, that used to be out there, like a Dragon Ball Z one. But good luck finding it. Like, I found some of the old Dragon Ball worlds people had made, but not the one I'm actually looking for. And even some of the worlds I've gotten copied over don't even function. Like, I'm not sure if they got messed up by the compression process, or if the person that was giving them out had a computer that messed with some of the files or something. Because some of them are from, like, you know, Real Souls of Soul, like, people, I think people were running, like, Windows XP when it came out. Like, damn, you know, we're talking ancient OSs at that point. Like, so old, they've basically been forgotten. Like, the only time I talk about XP anymore is when I'm trying to mess around with compatibility mode on my computer to try and get, you know, old RPG Maker games to run. It's quite the process, you know, sometimes. Or they'll make references to stuff, you know, it's like, does anyone even have these sorts of files anymore? Like, getting RTX 95 to run on my computer is quite the challenge. I imagine on most operating systems newer than mine, it would be next to impossible. They just don't make them like they used to. And I figure we would have picked it up by now. Though, like I said, Auron's like almost double Titus's count. It's ridiculous. Because I don't think I'd miss it, because the message hangs out for quite a bit. Come on, game. Let me see the message. We've been working so hard for it. And yeah, I know. I didn't even really use Auron that much last time I played this game. Mainly because he has such a horrible spread when it comes to his stats. Because they like always comes in with higher stats than the other party members, so it takes a while to get to spots you can actually unlock on his sphere grid. Which kind of deterred me from actually working on it. So he ended up like one of my weakest guys next to Kamari. Kamari was supposed to be one of the most versatile characters, and I rarely ever used him. Like, when you get to one of the later boss fights and he gets dragged in, I was struggling to get him back out. It's like, I don't want him on the field. He's my weakest character, practically. Like, if they didn't, you know, gear that one fight with those Ronzos to, like, your level, I probably wouldn't have been able to beat them. Because I'd put no effort into training Kamari after the early game. Well, still working on it. Then again, I guess the best way to deal with the final boss is to hit him with zombie, right? Like, make him hurt himself as he heals. Honestly, I kind of like the cheeky nature of it, though. Then again, I have become a degenerate that uses lots of burn strats in Yu-Gi-Oh!, so maybe it's not a surprise I like, you know, making the enemy self-burn. I might have to build a deck that gives the opponent, you know, White Magician to Pikachu and then lets them burn themselves to death. Using a bad reaction to Samochi. Because I think that'd be funny. It won't be practical, but I think it'd be funny. Jeez, it's gonna take me almost an hour to get through all this, isn't it? Because after this, we gotta kill, like, what? Over 200 something plus enemies. Why do they have to make this so impractical? Okay. Finally. Well, here you go, kid. You have a Phoenix down. Well. Item. Item. Come on. I think he's tough enough to survive one hit. Yeah, we gotta get to the next part. Well, now we have people that actually try and fight back. But we can fix that.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
Okay. Well. You out. That one shouldn't be able to attack anymore. Boom. Because without a partner, it can't do its needle attack. Cool, we got an overkill though. Yes, we need to now spend time killing enemies, you know, for like 20-something minutes. Yay. Sad part is I'm guessing a lot of the times it's going to be spent on these animations of them running up to die. Well, pop it again. Yep. Like, I love how they keep charging in, though. They're like, someone send someone else in. I guess they're trying to teach you a lesson, you know? It's just like, I'm not learning it. I'm not a very practical person. And yes, I realize this might go a bit faster if we didn't have to watch those long animations. Though I'm guessing Tice is going to pick his up sooner. Just because he's a bit faster. One could argue there's a practical reason to take Auron out right now. Not Auron, Tice out again. And go for another revive. Maybe. Well, just keep killing. What? No one said this was going to be a very practical plan. It's just something you can do. Sort of like you can unlock healer mode too. Not here, obviously, but later on by just using a bunch of basic healing moves over and over and over again. Well. Another one's down. Sad part is I think it takes Auron way longer to learn these. Again, to make up for the fact the other characters, I guess, are meant to be less experienced or something. Like, we don't want you spamming Auron's power-ups too much. Like, he's just too much. Come on, let me slice and dice. Well, didn't get an overkill that time. I wonder if they'll give you points for killing these guys, and I'll get a ridiculous amount of levels. Then again, what would I do with them anyway? Oh. I'll take care of that. But they just keep coming. Like, you can't kill this lot behind you. I'm like, I know. We must farm for Slayer. Feels like we're farming for Slayer like we're on RuneScape or something. Like, I want to have max Slayer, but be level 3. Like, but why? I don't know, because it's funny to have a max level Slayer while being at, you know, like the lowest level possible practically in the game. Sometimes you do things just because you can. Like, is there any practicality raising multiple pets to max level and Well of Souls for me? No. Like, there really isn't any reason to spend a bunch of time doing that. It's very time consuming. Especially since pets can only gain 1 level at a time, so even if you fight a high level enemy that could level up a human character, you know, a dozen times, it does only 1 level for a pet. It's ridiculous. This also means you can't, you know, pick up experience towards the next level after you know, go over the next level amount. It's really annoying. Because it makes the gap for level ups at the higher levels much bigger than they'd have to normally be. really bugs me sometimes. Well, one of them's gonna pick up Warrior at some point. Though maybe leaving one of them knocked out would have made this faster. I doubt it. I mean, they are infinite respawns after all. Though it just feels longer because we're doing them both at the same time. And I can't pick up Ally because they're not getting hurt. Whatever. Is there one for just, you know, passing turns while with a comrade? Oh. Back at some more. Come on, one person unlock it already. Got the lead again. Well, take him out. Thankfully he's not fast enough to reliably loop him like that. But I still hate to see it. Well, back cut. And again. I know, it's just again, every single time. Well, that'll do it for this episode. Next time, you know, we'll continue our journey to get the maximum on Slayer and stuff here. Until then, see ya.